Well, hello again, Mark Beaton here for the Men's Well, and currently at home. Been around the country a little bit and fly out to the US in a couple of weeks, so it's nice to spend a little bit of time at home. I want to talk about point 8 of the Men's Well Charter, and that is building a healthy view of women. Because I think it's realistic to say that when we come out of a bad relationship, and maybe that's 1 or 2 or 3 bad relationships we've been in, is that we can come away with a view saying, well, this is what women are like generally. And I want to say that is a stereotype, and in my experience, stereotypes are usually wrong, because stereotypes take a few examples of a few people and then overlay it over a community, and it's not a fair reflection of what people are like. And the reality is, I want to take us back to, I think it was point 4 that I said about separating fact from fiction. We know we have great relationships with women in our life, and they are not all the same, just like men are not all the same. But I think it's fair enough to say that when we come out of a bad relationship, we can come out tainted and sore and a bit busted and think, well, this is like 3 or 4 times I've failed now in a relationship with a woman, and I have a sense that they're all the same. Well, I want to say to you is, who is picking the relationship partner that you're in with? Well, it's you. And what is it that's about the person that you're picking that has such a strong desire to serve a need that you have, and in doing that, does it sacrifice some of the logical decisions that you need to apply when you're committing to a relationship? Like for a man particularly, I think a strong need of being intimate or having a sexual relationship can override the fact of, hold on, there's some personality issues and differences, there's some different values that are involved here, and I'm willing to overlook those because this strong need is being served. Well, that's a great point of reflection, to be able to look at ourselves and say, well, how can I address that? Because the whole understanding of the Men's Well is to have a relationship with ourselves, to be able to focus and look at ourselves and see the things that are not making us happy, that are causing us some form of destruction in our relationships or the behaviour that we want to be. And also it means to be happy and to enjoy ourselves. And it's got to start with an intimate relationship with ourselves first, before we can sort of have an intimate relationship with someone else. So again, there's a question for us to ask if we're coming out of a broken relationship is, what was I willing to sacrifice so 1 or 2 needs could be met? And in that process, that's great information that we can start and build on and change for the future to have healthy relationships. And this is what the Men's Well program is about. This is the doctrine and the methodology I'm trying to write and build. And that is to have a healthy relationship with yourself by being honest and open and looking at the parts of you which are not working for you, that don't make you the person that you want to be. Because I want to say to you, we can all change. I often say we can change our thought patterns. Once we are aware of it, we can start and not think that. There's exercises and tools that we can use to change the way we think. You don't have to loop over and over again about the same thought because you're worrying about it. And there's things that we can do, and I don't have time to talk about those things just now. But I want to stick on this point because it's such a strong point of the Men's Well program, because the Men's Well program is mainly built about people who have somehow been separated from a partner. So building a healthy view of women is good for us because it's healthy for us to have that feeling. And again, if we don't have a healthy view of women, well, I'm sorry, but you're going to come in contact with women in all different forms of life, and you want to have respect and dignity, not something that's on the surface. So we can all be nice and we can all be greeting and welcome, but we want something deeper, don't we? We want something that we meet with women, we respect them, and we understand the dignity of the relationship that we're in, and we want to enforce that because we want to be real. We want to be real and true to ourselves, and this is a great part, a big part. If men that are listening can get and understand, this is such a great area for us to be able to look at ourselves and start and weed out the stuff we don't like about ourselves. Particularly on this subject, it exposes that. So I know this doesn't speak for all men. That would be a stereotype. I just said that agree with stereotypes. But for those men, who are struggling in relationship or a view of women, again, have a look at your part. Have a look where you're accountable and what you can change. The next point that I'm going to talk about next week, point 9, is something that is very highly common in the media and for good reason. And that is about domestic violence. So these two sort of steps go together. So anyway, great to talk to you again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing these videos and connecting to the Men's Well. A lot of good work is being done here, and much appreciated by all people who are concerned, but particularly me. So Mark Beaton, thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.